be a very good idea, although it is not as the same part that you want something customized. It's already there, and every month you will get an issue. Now I will talk a little bit about the other parts of the API output and how it will be very beneficial to benchmarking studies. And thank you to Suresh for mentioning that earlier. API.com is one of the largest resources on benchmarking and best practices. So basically, we have thousands and thousands of case studies arranged on by this cycle. You can access it by the excellence models. You can access it by the tools names like EQM or TQM, Six Sigma, sustainability, and else. It starts with self-assessment, where you can download self-assessment tools and assess yourself or your organization. So if you want to know where you are, you have to do a self-assessment. So this is the right place to start with. You want to know what is your score in, for example, employee assessment of your management and leadership skills. This is good. Social entrepreneurship, board development, governance. The second part is the benchmarks. We have so far something like 1,000 benchmarks, although it is very, very difficult to get them. We have a difficulty in convincing people to participate for free. But it is a common issue with benchmarks. So we have the benchmark title. We have the formula, how to calculate it, and then we have the explanation. And then our results from case studies, for example, case study about one company, for example, BP, and what's their score on customer satisfaction. Or we get also surveys where a company done a survey on customer satisfaction. I will tell you across for example, UK banking sector, the best one was this bank and scored this score. The second part is the case studies and surveys, which is the core business of API.com. You want to know some case studies about certain area, about certain company, about certain tool, about certain sector even. You can search that and get some case studies. For example, on our example, scenario planning, we have a case study about scenario planning techniques contributed to innovation enhancement. So it is about innovation also. You can read the snippet, which is, you can say the cream of the article, or you can also go and read the full article if you want, if you need some more information. From the title, it is for a company called Corona. It is, I think, in Spain, yes, Spain. The size is unknown, and it is in the manufacturing sector. So this has changed the way we do benchmarking. Instead of straight away going to the formal meetings, traveling, calling, we have an option first to check what's already available. You have the option to read what's available from the articles from different sources. So it is, I'm not saying it is a replacement to travel or formal meetings or site visits, but at least it can save time, it can save effort, it can save even money. So far in my presentation, my short presentation, I've covered this set of tools, global overview, the global trends, now relevant, API.com. There are much more than that, but I don't want to confuse you. There are, for example, the issue of finding content on the video side, finding content on foreign languages. This is, there are good examples on non-English websites like French, German, and even Indian. So this is also an issue. There are some other websites that you instead of just doing or using just Google for everything blindly. I mean, it would take you a lot of time to find good content. And instead, try to do it in a structured way, in a planned way. So at least you don't waste your time, and get also good results at the same time. This was my brief presentation. Thank you for listening, and welcome.
Great presentation. Now we please give a warm welcome to Ali Fat-Alan with the presentation of Planning for Benchmarking Practical Tools.
Some good news for you, some good news for you that I'm the last presenter. So I think that would be good news for you. But you have to wait for 2 minutes till I change my computer, so that might be the bad news. Okay, well, although my presentation will be in English, before I start, I would like to give 2 congratulations messages. في البداية أحب أقدم التهنئتين الأولى لدولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة كحكومة الشعب على رأسها سيدي صاحب السمو الشيخ خليفة الزايد آل نهيان رئيس الدولة، وصاحب السمو الشيخ محمد بن راشد المكتوم نائب رئيس الدولة رئيس مجلس الوزراء حاكم دبي، بمناسبتين الأولى هي العيد الوطني 39 لدولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة، والثانية لاستضافة الدولة لإعمال الدورة الحادية والثلاثين للمجلس الأعلى لمجلس التعاون لدول الخليج العربية اللي تبدأ اليوم. إن شاء الله والله يوفق قادة المنطقة لما فيه خير وفلاح شعوب المنطقة. التهنئة الثانية واللي ما أدري ليش لم يقدم فيها أحد لنا الحين، طبعا للأزرق الكويتي. على الفوز البارحة وعلى حصولهم على كأس الخليج بطولة خليج 20 للمرة العاشرة بتاريخها. ما شاء الله تخصص يعني كأس الخليج، ما في منافس في الموضوع يعني. النقطة الثانية اللي بتقدم فيها أعطيكم بريف عن نفسي بسريع. أول شيء اسمي علي فرماني، عندي بكالوريوس degree في Engineering Management، ماستر degree in Quality Management. أنا خبير I'm certified specialist from Day Government Excellence Program. I'm certified EFTM Assessor 2010 model, ISO 9001-2008 auditor. Currently, I am the manager of Business Excellence Program at Jumeirah Group. Did anybody hear about Jumeirah Group? Yeah? Did anybody hear about Burj Al Arab? From the Burj Al Arab today? Did anybody hear about it? Yeah? We are the company who runs Burj Al Arab. And we are having our new hotel here in Sida Beach, Jumeirah Sida Beach, which should be opening early next year. I'm the chairman of the benchmarking subgroup at the Day Quality Group. Yesterday you had Dr. Wafi with the chairman of the group. I'm the chairman of the benchmarking subgroup. And I'll tell you exactly what we do now in the benchmarking subgroup. I'm the graduate of the first batch of the Dubai Holding Future Leaders Program, certified assessor of Sheikh Khalifa Government Excellence Program, one among 5 UAE nationals who are selected among 15 assessors to assess government organization. And lastly, the best paper winner in the last GBN annual conference in 2009 in Bahrain. Thanks to Dr. Robin, who mentioned me yesterday, but nobody knows. Let me get a bit towards the agenda. My agenda will speak today about the Day Quality Group and the benchmarking subgroup. So what do we do actually? The importance of the benchmarking in UAE. We did study on the importance of the benchmarking in UAE and we'll show the result. What we are, we have a DQG benchmarking model, and I'll show you the DQG benchmarking model, and I'll tell you several tools we use for planning for benchmarking. So it's tool session planning seems to be, because Ahmed also presented a tool. And I think I'm a bit lucky because I've been one of the last presentations. This allows me to get connected to several other presentations. I'm connected to Dr. Park's presentation yesterday when he said that one of the most important things in benchmarking is to evaluate what is your current situation. So where are you now? Where do you need to focus your presentation? The next point which I'm also connecting is with Terry. Terry, you mentioned yesterday that leadership commitment is the most important thing in benchmarking. So how we can attract the leadership commitments, how we can visualize the picture in their mind where our gaps are. And I think by showing you the tool, that will help you in understanding where the leaders can focus their attention. And I'll also build a bit on Mr. Suresh's presentation today about self-assessment tool. I'll show you a tool that can be used for self-assessment. Let me start a bit about the Bay Quality Group. The Bay Quality Group is a first non-profit organization established to enhance quality and knowledge in UAE. As Dr. Waqi mentioned yesterday, we have about 400 members currently as organizations. We have about 4,000 members, individuals in the organization. We do a lot of activities in order to give value to our members, like we have seminars, we hold evening events, we have a library, we have a website, so several things that we do on the group level. We provide an opportunity for its members to communicate and share knowledge. We sign MOUs with many organizations, both locally and internationally, in the field of quality and business excellence. GBN is one of our partners. AFPM is another partner. ASQ is another partner. We have partners with Bahrain Quality Award. We have partners with Sheikh Jabir Quality Award. The group has more than 3,500, actually it's now 4,000, and about 380 organizations, both of government and private sector. Let's take directly to the next part, which is the subgroups part. So in order to work professionally, if we say, we do something called a subgroup. Each subgroup has a chairman, vice chairman, and members. Each subgroup focuses on doing activities in their field. So we have Ideas Arabia subgroup, for example, who has annual conference on citizen schemes, for example. We have the customer care subgroup who discuss different methods to enhance customer relations. They do events, they host speakers, they provide goods, for example, articles, papers, all these things that the subgroup can do. And as you can see, we have the benchmarking subgroup as one of the groups also, which I'm chairing. The vision of the benchmarking subgroup is to become the hub for organization learning through industrial partnering in order to promote excellence in the region. Our mission is to promote sharing organizational knowledge through leading and participating in benchmarking activities. The subgroup objective is to increase awareness of benchmarking in the Bay and the UAE, to perform as a base to share knowledge from different benchmarking activities, develop, support, and supervise benchmarking activities among DPG members, and I show examples of doing that one, perform as a base to share knowledge and best practices between the Bay-based and global organizations. I'll show examples of that one also, and sign MOUs with international bodies in the field of organizing benchmarking activities. Dr. Roman mentioned yesterday two types of benchmarking. One is called industrial benchmarking, and one is called best practice benchmarking. Did you read that, or you just forget about it? Yeah. The industrial benchmarking is simply, we say it's the result comparison with direct competitor or best in class. We do have like Dubai Police with Abu Dhabi Police, for example, or Dubai Customs with Abu Dhabi Customs. Sort of these things which is directly with you, like how much your customer satisfaction index is, how much your employee satisfaction index is, what's your process time to finish car registration, for example, sort of these things. And then we have something called the best practice benchmarking. Best practice benchmarking doesn't need to be in the same industry. As I show you, we have taken people to study HR, for example, in TNT UK. TNT UK is simply an organization. We studied each HR and how they do HR and matter of rewarding employees, for example, in TNT. You will be rewarding, you have to reward your employees, TNT has to reward their employees. It's the same system. What system can be used to reward your employees? That's the question. Did anybody see this model before? How many of the people saw this model before? Good. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we have some people that have seen this model before. From early morning from yesterday, I keep people hearing about Malcolm Baldrige and